What, in your opinion, makes a great cake baker, decorator, and what makes someone a bad baker or decorator?
I think to be a good cake baker decorator, you have to have good time management skills, be creative, have passion. If you don't have passion, then you're just not going to make it. And you have to be able to adapt to new things and skills. A bad cake baker or decorator would be lacking all of the things I just said, and in addition to that, they'd be slow and they wouldn't adapt to change very well.
How do you think you'll handle quick fire type challenges and working in a group for bigger challenges? What do you think will be your strengths and weaknesses?
Well, where I work, I encounter about 5 quick challenges every single day. People run to the pastry shop needing something for a VIP guest immediately. And of course, they want it made out of chocolate or sugar or cake or something. And they expect it to be done immediately. So I know I will perform well with the quick fire challenges. My strengths would be I am fast and I handle stress well. My weakness would be I do like to have a plan. I feel better when I have a plan.
What kind of role do you generally play in a group?
I can be a leader or a follower. I think I do well in either of those roles. I do prefer to be a leader, especially whenever I feel no one else is better suited for the job and when my outcome in this competition is in someone else's hands. I'd like to be the leader.
Are you competitive by nature?
Definitely. My thirst for competition, you could say, started whenever I went to college for the very first time. I discovered that I could compete against all the other students in the class, and I wanted to always get the best grade. I graduated with highest honors, and it was only because of my competitive nature. I knew to never take an online class because if I don't have students to compete against, I'm not as motivated. So, yes, I am competitive.
If you're up against other contestants, will you be competitive in order to win the cash and prizes?
Most definitely. I want this so bad, and I will do whatever it takes.
How do you handle stressful situations?
I amaze myself how well I perform under so much stress. I wouldn't think that I would be able to, but then at the end of the day, when I see what I accomplished, I amaze myself. So I don't know how I do it, it just happens.
Please describe the most stressful time in your life and how you handled it.
I would have to say the most stressful time in my life was whenever I lived in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. My family came to visit me, and I took them on a snowmobile trip. And while we were each on our own snowmobile, my mom had an accident and was thrown off of her snowmobile. She blacked out for a few seconds, and whenever she came to, her face was bloody entirely, and she had lost her memory. Panic sunk in, and it's like you don't know what to do, but then all of a sudden it is crystal clear you know what you have to do. We had to drive her on a snowmobile back to the ranch, get in my car, and I had to drive them to the hospital. We were in the car for an hour, and my mom, not knowing what was going on, I knew if she found a mirror in the car and saw her face that she would panic. So I knew my job was to keep her from panicking and get her to the hospital. I don't know how I remained calm and focused. I just knew I had to get the job done. And looking back on it now, my mom is perfectly fine. She did have some things that needed to be looked at, and it took her a while to heal up. But now that she's fine, I laugh because when we were in the ER, once they saw my mom and the doctor said that everything was going to be okay, in that moment is whenever I lost it. And I almost fainted. It's like I finally let myself breathe and react the way that I wanted to react, and they had to put me in a hospital bed. So that was my most stressful situation I've been in.
What does baking and cake decorating mean to you?
That is my life. I eat, sleep, and breathe it. That's all I want to do, all I think about, all I watch on TV. I love everything about it.
Why do you want to be on the show?
I want to be on the show for 3 reasons. Number 1, for the experience. I think this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and to have this experience, I would love. Secondly, I want to meet Buddy. I love him. He's like the god of cakes, and to have the opportunity to meet him and his family, I want it so bad. And then lastly, $50,000, hello. I would love to put that money towards opening my own pastry shop.
Why should we pick you to be on The Next Great Baker?
I feel like I have a truly unique story, and I know that America would love to watch me, love to root for me, and love to see me win. And I know that you would not be disappointed if you picked me.